Yeah, I mean, people don't believe it, but I've been to a lot of museums. I'm a museum freak anyway. Been to most of them, and nothing works in them. I've even been to private museums and nothing works. Only the curator. But here the curator and everything else. That radio is 1938. And there's the picture to prove it. There I am in 1946. A lovely lady I met at the beach.
Oh wait, and do you have a picture of you and your girlfriend?
And there's the radio.
The radio's more important.
Okay, that is pretty cool.
What beach?
That's Santa Monica.
That's Malibu. I want to get away from
Malibu.
That's Malibu?
Malibu.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to have it stolen by somebody else. I want to talk about this because it's near and dear to my heart and my nephew and his family. This is taken at the Dardanelles restaurant on Wilshire Boulevard, about mid-Wilshire, between Western Avenue and Vermont. Very fine Armenian restaurant. They would call it, you know, the Near East cuisine. And it's a beautiful restaurant, and my dad took it over on Saturday night. Show how well he was doing it. Took the thing over, and these are all his friends and family, and it was their 15th wedding anniversary in 1936.
Wow.
And there I am sitting there with my sister and my brother. We never changed. He looks the same.
Wow.
Anyway, I know all those people in there.
That is pretty
In
cool.
those days, you travel with your mother and father. I didn't know what a babysitter was. Once we had a babysitter, which was my older cousin, came over, and the signal was when he came over, he took the bus to babysit. Fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman. That's Haig. Okay. He didn't want to open the door unless he had a signal. Anyway, Zenith came out in 1949 with a round screen. Big mistake. And they want to be innovative with a round screen, but to fill it, everybody kind of got tall, and then if you went down, the normal thing would be cut off. So they said after a couple of years that wasn't going to work, and then they almost lost it. So it's a rare one. And this guy said, I'm going to invent the Visionola, where you can see on the screen a motion picture with sound and talking. This is before talking motion pictures. This is about 1928, 27, 28. So when Taugis came in late 28, 29, it kind of spoiled his dream. But that is a projector reflecting on the screen with a record playing down here.
Wow.
Now, when I was younger, my dad, for some reason, was an attorney, and he bought a theater on Main Street called the Aero Theater. And he bought it like 1932. In those days, they wanted 100 grand. He says, they foreclosed on a guy, and the bank called him and said, you know, you can buy it for 40 grand, but only $2,000 down, and it's making a little money. So my dad stepped in and bought it, actually, in 1932, 33. And I remember he showed me the back of the screen was a great big record. So when people, talking motion pictures were by record, and sometimes it'd be a little bit off the record. Who set the record wrong? But that was that primitive, believe it or not, in the early 30s, until they finally put the sound on the film itself by the different notches. But before that, this is the kind of, but it's a beautiful piece. It's on sale today for $50,000. For you guys?
Wow, such a deal.
He was a sophomore, 10th grade, and this guy got this car from his mother.
See?
And he just turned 16, got the car. It was a big deal, 1940, 41, only a year old. And so we went for a ride. We went to roller, call it the Roller Bowl in Hollywood. One of the Warner Brothers studios, when things are tough, they turned one of the studio sound stages into a roller bowl. With roller skating.
Oh, wow.
And so we go there on a Friday night, all these girls would be single, and nice place to meet girls and guys, because they'll be roller skating and going around. Hey, how you doing, sweetheart? I'm from LA. Hi, where are you from? Glendale, too far. But anyway, this guy and I, we went there and got a couple of ladies and got a malt and a hamburger or something. On the way back, he drove up in Beverly Hills and Hollywood, or the Hollywood Hills. Said, okay, I'm going to take my girlfriend, we're going to go for a little walk, and you better get something done here. So, she was a fast girl. This is the 1931 SC National Championship team. It was signed by the All-Americans, the 3 of them on that team.
Oh, wow.
I got that from a guy who went to the game and knew the players. Went to SC and got a picture and had him signed. And he's about 90, he said, I want you to have it for your museum. I said, beautiful. He heard I went to SC, he said, gotta have it. This is a Eugene Guerin, the Mad Russian. And I got a great story with this one. I went to a gallery about 1966 in Laguna. I bought a home in Laguna in 1965, and it was only a couple blocks from the ocean. And it was kind of expensive, but I had to have it. $27,000. And my payments were $132 a month. I said, I'll never be able to make it, but I'm going to try it anyway. Anyway, I saw this in a gallery, and it was around about 8:30, and we're rolling Laura as a baby in a baby carriage. And we went to this art gallery. And we had dinner at the Laguna Hotel. And I walked in, they had at least, must have been 100 paintings in there. I saw one, I said, wow, look at that beautiful painting. I look at the ocean, and they had a boat and everything, the waves going on. And she said, I gotta go, we close at 9 o'clock. She's flipping the lights. I said, what are you interested in this painting? She had a date evidently. And said, well, why don't you come back tomorrow? We're open at 10 o'clock. Come back, and if you like it, you can buy it tomorrow morning. I said, okay. So by the time we got going, we got there about 10:45. And I'm looking around, there's one empty space in the 100 pictures, the one I wanted. Devastated. I said, where are the pictures? We just sold this morning at 10:15. Somebody came in, evidently thought about it, came in the next morning at 10 o'clock. So I looked around for a couple of years for another Eugene Guerin. I saw this one at Barker Brothers, featuring Guerin, who did great seascapes. And I said, how much is that painting? She says, well, it's gone to about $300. Well, I think I'll take it. A lot of money in 1960s, I think it was 68 I bought it. So I bought the painting, and it's been one of my favorites. Are you writing more stories? I can't make up any more.